I'm just saying I know I won't have to bartend or anything.
Oh,
I
okay.
like the
Get off the main screen. I
bartender.
mean, I like the big screen, but I don't. I'm
I'm
Tupac.
sorry.
All eyes
I
on me.
said I went
Thank
to make
you.
me some
Yeah.
coffee. My apologies. Shooby doo. I
Some good
went to
Irish
make some
coffee.
Are
coffee.
we live?
We are
Oh, we
live.
live.
Yes.
We are
30
Oh,
seconds
live.
I'm
inside and
hanging out with
live.
the fellas. What?
Shooby doo. I
Hey,
don't know.
Hey
we we
y'all.
we
Shooby
missing
doo.
a couple
Even
for
Doughboy.
Right?
Yeah, right, right.
Let's
wow.
see what happens. We are live. I know we've been missing in
Shots
action,
fired.
so some people have fallen off because we ain't been here. We here, we off, we on, yeah,
We
shooby
living.
doo.
We not just existing. It's okay.
We're back.
But we back.
We've been
We
outside.
right. That
Back in
part.
full
Say that.
effect.
Say that right there. Outside.
We've been
Shooby doo.
outside.
Fuego,
Hey,
fuego.
there my girl.
Fuego's in the building.
Guys,
What's up, Fuego?
Hot,
Wake
hot.
up.
hi guys. You turn my ringer off.
Hola, fuego
Yeah,
dos.
let me change mine too. I just thought about it.
Me too. Let me do it. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Cheers.
Oh wait, let me get the right cup.
That tells me a lot. Fuego.
Yeah, football.
Wait, there it is.
You be
Sponsored by
better.
Wanted Riders.
Hello.
All right,
That's
here we
cool.
go. Showtime at the Apollo.
And I'm saying, man,
All right, all right, all
Oh,
right, all right, all
Sandman.
right. Sandman? Who's the Sandman?
All right, all
Sandman
right.
Tim. You don't
Mr.
know
J.
Fuego,
Sandman?
Fuego, what up, though?
Hey.
Oh, you got that
Hola.
tired, woman sound.
That's why I
Hey,
told her wake up. I said,
It's
wake
been a
up,
day.
Fuego. Man,
It, it
it's been a
has
couple of
been.
weeks.
look,
It's been a
where's the
couple of
Red
Man,
weeks,
Bull,
y'all.
ma'am? Where's the Red
Well,
Bull? Where's the Red Bull?
facts. That's not good for
Shooby
you.
doo. Hey, but for
Yeah,
tonight,
man.
not
Get you some
sitting.
right? Anywho,
some
good evening, and good evening. It's your boy Onyx. Well,
It's your boy.
some of y'all, boy. It is Gentlemen After Dark Wednesday. It's been a couple of weeks since we've been on. Real life is lifing. Some of us are enjoying life while others are struggling through trials and tribulations of life. But hey, we are here. We are outside, or in some cases, inside, doing what we're doing. So let me go ahead. Ouch! All that noise. What
And
was
this is
that?
not sponsored by Bass Pro Shop.
Man, is it
nah,
Yeah,
yeah,
sponsored by the Port Rind
yeah.
Junior?
Shooby doo. Yeah, who's
Man, he,
snacking? Who is that?
man, what? He eat some
No, they
pickled
crunching
chips.
loud.
Man,
Right,
look, and
crunchy
I ain't
munchy,
sharing nothing.
crunchy
My
Share.
munchy
bad.
munchy.
No,
Thank
Throw
it's
you.
some
meant for
down
your
to me.
bed
Throw
Is
some
that some
down to me.
crackling?
that
Oh,
you
the
bringing up to
twisted
share with the
kind.
rest of the class,
Coming up
Twisted
sir.
with some
kind.
smelly Fritos.
Yeah.
Shooby doo.
Here, look. See, I'm passing it down. Look, here you go.
Oh,
Just throw them
Oh
down here.
man,
To your right.
y'all
To your right.
funny,
There
y'all
you go. There
funny.
you go. Yeah.
Let me go ahead and make some
appreciate it, bro.
acknowledgments because
Good
we
looking
ain't
out.
doing no music. But hey, Tamara's in the building.
Hey, hey.
Oh my
Tamara.
goodness, I turned off the
Damn.
light. Turn it
Hey,
on. What the heck?
Tamara.
Turn them off.
Shine a light
Hold,
on them. Shine
hold
a
on.
light
All
on.
right, shine the light. Hold on.
Don't hurt Petty
Uh-oh.
Pete.
Oh, it looked like he fell. Did he fall?
Man down. Pippa distress. Pippa
Throw a
distress.
hand up if you all right.
Is he all right?
I don't know. Onyx.
He all right. You
Okay, he
turned
must
on
be.
the light. You had to
Right
plug it in.
behind.
He had to
Hey,
crawl
hey,
under something. You know what? That was not a good 10 seconds. What
hey.
happened?
Hey, I'm so glad I see the light pop on. 'Cause I'm like, hey
All
man,
right, there we go. We back and we back.
he couldn't
Shoot,
When
hear
be
us.
do.
you rewatch this, you're gonna call each of us and apologize.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everybody like, wait, what's going on? He's going.
Wait, it looked like you fell down.
No,
Right,
I,
yep.
I said hold on. I gotta plug the
And you,
light back up.
You
yeah.
Shooby
disappeared. We
doo.
thought you got abducted by I don't know.
Yeah. She under the table. Yeah, she under the table.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. That's fine.
Anywho, back to the program. Back to the program. I ain't mess with y'all. Not
Back to the
tonight.
scheduled
Tamara's in the
programming.
building. Thank you. My Memphis crush is here. I'll get back to her in
met.
a minute. Who else is in the building? Berdina's in the building. Berdina. Y'all got to meet
Tina.
Berdina last weekend. Was that last weekend? Yeah.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Man, has it been that long? Shoot.
Man, it's been that long.
It's been about 14, 15 days. Yeah.
Right.
Couple
Good
weeks.
evening
Feel
to you,
like a
Berdina.
long
Thank you for
time.
being here. Papa
Like a
Sims
half
is in
a
the
month.
building. Thank you for being here. Devin is here. So is Jason. Jason is here too, you guys.
Yeah, there he is.
Are you sure?
Oh shoot. Mr. Anime.
That's me.
Mr.
That's me. That's me.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. I'm like, okay, who likes okay, I could deal with that. That's what's up. Thank you for being here
Yeah.
as well. We double up our numbers. Tonight's
Busy.
episode. Busy in the building too?
Busy.
I missed him. He
Busy,
waited till I switched
busy.
over. Busy, what up with you, man? You know, y'all talk about me be on the go. This guy right here. Shouts out to Busy. He just out here flying high, just doing what he do. Just here today, gone today.
Man,
Just doing this thing. I ain't mad at you.
busy
Shoot
be
me
moving.
do. Anywho, tonight's episode of Gentlemen After Dark brought to you by Flavor Flames Candles. Huh? Light up with us. Y'all hit up Tamara if you're looking for some grown folk scents, aromas, all that good stuff, candles, sprays. Again, I'm gonna swear by the grown man shh.
Grown man is the
Yeah, the grown man shh is the stuff right there, fellas. You got your own little pad and you don't want your room smelling like dirty laundry, go get you some of that grown man shh. Because that is the business. You heard me?
It works for everything.
Hey, man.
Everything.
Okay, well,
Everything?
I don't know what everything is, but
Everything.
Even for that thing?
no.
I ain't talking about like on the end. I'm saying as far as like fragrance wise, like car, home,
okay.
bathroom,
Okay. You know what? I might have to take me some to work because the locker room be on hum sometime. Like,
on a hum.
what is
Ooh.
this? Like,
Ooh.
man.
He
You're
said,
gonna have to just donate some to the locker room.
Right? It's perfect for the locker room. Anywho, how's everybody feeling today?
Feeling
feel
good.
Everybody's good. Well,
And I'm
tonight's
good.
episode also brought to you by Bass Pro.
Oh,
Shout out to my guy, the dude Devin, who
dude.
blessed us all with hats. Fuego ain't got hers on, but I got mine on.
I got mine.
You know what? When I got on the bike, when I got back to Arizona, I had to put my cut and a lot of stuff that couldn't fit on the bike is at Low Key's house, and that's where my hat is. So I'll wear it
low key. Give back the hat.
Give up the hat, dude.
Give up the hat.
Yeah.
Hostage situation.
I mean, homegirl.
Right. For the ladies that came to the party and left abruptly and didn't get to collect their hats, my Bass Pro collection just stepped up.
Mine too.
I'll be over there to get one. I'll be over there to get one.
I'm gonna do like this with one. I'm gonna do like this. I'm gonna do like that. You know, I'm gonna have it.
Hey,
you heard me?
I want to give shots out to Devin the dude. Good looking out, bro.
Purple, right?
Hey, I'm glad y'all like them, man. I'm glad y'all like them.
Appreciate you. And last but not least, I don't see her in here, but I'm gonna acknowledge her regardless of the fact. If you don't know, now you know. Today is my my proclaimed Facebook girlfriend's birthday today. 100 proof. Shouts out to you. Happy born day to you. Hope you're having a good time. I know you ain't doing Gentlemen After Dark, but hey.
Happy.
A lot of revelations today.
Wow. Anywho, moving right along. Y'all ready?
Nothing else. I'm gonna bring it up later.
Y'all ready to get into this?
Let's get it.
Let's do it.
So the question of the day to get us started, do you want to get in? Oh, right on time. Look. And who's that? Doughboy Snoopy Cliff Mello.
Hello.
Assassin.
Yes,
How y'all
in the
doing?
building. All right. Okay,
Good
so
evening.
I'm gonna put Lolo down here with us. Put me in the middle. Shooby doo. There we go. Yeah. All right, now we ready. So, do you guys want to get into it, or y'all want to get into it?
I say, just dive on in with no clothes on.
No
Oh,
clothes
man.
on.
I can just see where this is going already.
Oh Lord. Look who we got you
Ladies,
sitting next to.
ladies, what y'all want to do? How y'all want to do this?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
See,
Hey,
yeah.
he asking for consent, man. This is gonna be wild. You gotta ask for consent. Though.
All right, well,
Pack 'em, pack 'em, pack 'em.
this looks like a job for Super Chicken. Let's go then. Here we go.
Waka.
Waka. I'm not messing with you right now. Here we go, y'all. We're gonna dive right on in. Here we go.
Ah,
Uh-oh.
sex is about
To go down. I mean, hold on, wait a minute.
So I saw this picture.
Don't
You
get-
probably have seen this on social media, Instagram. I've seen it on both Instagram and on Facebook.
Hmm.
A very appropriate picture. I just added the words because the caption on the actual post said this. Sex is about, but on that post it gave 9 different words that dealt with sex. So tonight I'm asking the grown folk them as well as the neighborhood. Sex is about what? What is sex about?
nakedness.
You
You ain't
stupid.
gotta be naked, man. You know what I'm saying? You had like one sock on. That ain't naked. The one sock is fold all up and wrapped around
Hey,
Would
backwards.
come
Hey, are you gonna have on a Bass Pro Shop hat?
Work.
Put it in. Put it in.
As my wonderful Mello would say, I can have a tape measure,
Oh,
See,
Aisle
damn.
9.
Not the tape measure.
man, y'all crazy.
So what is sex about, you guys? What is sex about? When you really give thought as an adult, as a grown up, as a mature person, as someone who has developed into who you are now versus who you were then, what is sex about? And cheers for the vanilla coffee.
Or could it be
Plugging into one another.
Sex is about pleasing and being pleased.
Oh.
To please and to be pleased. Okay.
I think it's about connecting, whether it's on a one night level or more intimate long term level, but it's some form of connection.
Yeah.
Okay.
And connecting.
I respect that. I definitely respect that. Okay.
Fluid exchange. You exchanging fluids. Hard.
It could be reproduction though, right?
I mean, that's
that's true.
That's part of
When you on that path, it becomes like work though.
Yes.
When you trying to have a baby, it's like, oh Lord.
Oh.
Oh Lord, wait a minute.
I never thought I would feel that way, but yeah. Like, oh really? I'm tired.
Is it that time again?
It's time again.
I'm ovulating.
Oh, okay.
Damn it.
That's nice.
What's in here? Bring it in.
I honestly didn't think most black people were created that way.
What you done with the Cabbage Patch Kid? Never mind. I ain't gonna even get into that. That's something
That
else.
makes you pregnant again. I mean, I'm sorry.
Shoot,
I
Hey.
digress.
Okay, well, so
Hey, sex is a health benefit.
It is.
True.
It is
60
about
calories per
release,
hour is what you burn.
relax, relate, release.
Release,
As we-
It's a wonderful health benefit.
And it helps fight prostate cancer.
Wait, how many calories per hour?
I think it's either
Depends
360
on
or
first
365 per
ball.
hour.
So that means most people only burning about 100 calories.
Man, a couple of calories. What?
Yeah,
Hey.
what Tamara said. That's what I was about to say.
Stress
Stress
relief.
relief.
Stress
Okay.
reliever.
That's what I said. I said
So
relax,
wait,
relax,
so
release.
by it being a stress reliever, is that why makeup sex is the best sex?
Could be.
Partially.
Do on in
Should we
here.
do?
I don't know.
It's
Maybe
not.
angry sex is good too.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I say when you get angry, get naked.
Yeah. Okay.
Should be real.
Let's see.
Why be angry and naked? I know naked and afraid, but angry and naked.
Hey, you can't find that one sock. You know it went down.
That
Let me
part.
find my drawers.
Help me find my drawers. I
So
got
does
somewhere to
tomatoes.
go.
What?
What?
Hey,
What?
that's the
Did I miss
song.
something?
That's
That's
a
the
It's
song.
song.
It
They're
is.
at the end of
It's
the
the
bed,
song.
down the foot of the bed.
No, I was reading what Terry said. I was trying to see it.
Oh,
He make this big.
Tomatoes.
so those tomatoes.
What does
does
tomatoes do?
tomatoes?
I definitely rather have sex than tomatoes.
Right. What is tomatoes? What?
Yeah, what does tomatoes
I
do?
don't.
What?
Relieve stress.
Relieve some stress.
Somebody can
That-
get
I
more
didn't know.
contact.
What?
Yeah,
Eating a tomato relieves stress?
It
No,
relieves
throwing
stress.
it at
Never
people.
heard
You
that
know, you're like throwing it at somebody. Wow, it's a big stress reliever.
Unless
So
you use
look.
ketchup or something like that, like the
Let me extend our conversation like this. There were 9 words basically that were associated with what is sex about. I'm gonna start off with the first 4. First 4. First one, consent.
True.
Consent. Second, conscience.
Huh?
Third,
Sorry, I didn't get that.
conscience.
Conscience.
Thanks,
Conscience.
Terry.
Conscience.
Wait a minute. You mean they gotta be conscious?
hey man, hey,
Okay, we're gonna get to it. Let me read these.
yeah.
Number 3, mutual enjoyment.
Okay.
Consensual.
Number 4, foreplay.
Oh, that's the best.
Okay.
All play 12.
So when it said consent, these are the words that were attached with consent. You should never force your spouse into having relations. Both of you need to consent to each other, even as a married couple. Don't be the person who offends your spouse and demands intimacy when your spouse is hurting. Consent. Okay. Conscious. Whatever positions you two do, whatever locations where you two decide to do it, both of you, what does it say? Should be conscious and okay with it.
Did you get
Conscious
this from
of the
a
other
law
person's.
book?
No,
He
I got
did.
this from
Google.
a post from social
Listen.
media. But you
And
both should be in agreement, basically, with that.
in the back of a
Conscious.
Nissan, right?
That's the answer to what sex is about. Oh,
Yeah, that's
That's
what I said.
part-
This sounds like a law book.
Man,
That's
see,
part of
yeah,
it.
Yeah, went to the law book. Yeah.
It's a post.
Branch
It
Johnson.
was a post.
This person was studying for the bar.
This
Yeah.
person,
Or
this
look,
person,
or trial.
You're right.
loopholes.
It must have been a juror on the Diddy case.
this person.
Oh,
Damn it, man.
Wow.
I do it.
Yeah.
There they go. There they go.
There they go. There they go.
This person was deeper than what came out. Pleasure for you and for me. What else is it? What else is it about? That's the question of the night. So I got the short version answers. Sex is good. Sex is fun. Sex is better than more than one. But now what?
What?
Yeah,
Sex
but
is better with more than one.
I'm just saying.
Like more than one round or more than one person.
Hey, however you want to go there, Shooby Doo.
Menage.
Swizzle. Okay.
Well, we're speechless now, huh?
Hey,
Well,
but
those answers just took all the fun out of
Yeah,
it.
it just
But-
that just seemed too clinical for me.
Yes, there's the word. It seemed very clinical.
Clinical.
I
Okay,
agree.
so
It's crazy.
it's too
It seemed-
clinical.
it
So then
seemed
bring the
tomato-ish.
fun in there. Bring the fun with it. I'll wait.
Bring the fun with what is
Oh,
sex.
and notice that my cup is matching my hat.
Orange.
I'll wait. Come on, bring the fun.
God, man.
Bring the fun.
You know what?
We
It's
did,
about,
and you killed it.
it's about
Sex is
showing
about
up and showing out.
right.
Hey, here.
Spontaneity.
Wait, say that again, sir, please.
Sex.
I hear you. Say it
Oh,
again.
What you say, my love?
Spontaneity.
No,
Spontaneity.
Devin, what did you say?
Oh, I said it's about showing up and showing out. Like you got to represent. You representing you and y'all, and you know it's kind
That's
of
what I
like
said.
yeah.
Please and be pleased.
Right.
I
I
think
mean,
it's
that's
also about. I like the please and be pleased, but I like to think like not only please and be pleased, but like you're kind of pushing the envelope on whatever you did before, like to see what you
yeah.
can do to make it better for your partner, you know, and you and vice versa.
Sex is about
Yeah.
being nasty.
Nasty.
That's
It's
good.
just the
Just
You
nasty.
can't even look at the person like, damn, we
just
did that.
filthy. Like ooh, you just.
how you can't look at him.
Or
You did it too.
She just look at you
well,
and say,
that's when you look in the mirror. You be like, I can't believe I just. Okay.
I just did that. Hey, you
Sex is about marking your territory.
Aha.
She ain't going nowhere else.
exercise the mind.
That sounds like a golden shower right there.
Lock it in.
No,
Lock
see,
it
we
in.
ain't. No, wait a minute now.
Lock
Here we
it
go.
in.
Did it.
But I got a question. What makes sex great?
Me.
This nigga.
I will say some things, but
Hey man, you gotta believe in yourself. If you don't, nobody else will. I make it great. Shit.
But
it's a one
okay,
person sport.
you may be great to you, but what
Right.
makes it great for both parties?
Me.
When you wake up stuck together.
Please. Okay, so
Right. Say it again, Lolo.
I said, so you're just having sex with yourself then.
No.
You got when you wake up stuck together.
No, so what makes it great is when you both reach a level of ecstasy and have that out of body experience that you only experience with that person.
I give you that. What else?
What did Terry say? Exercise the
mind, body, and soul.
The fit, the way it feels, it makes it great.
The fit.
Yeah, if it don't fit right, it ain't gonna be great.
That's true. If it's uncomfortable, it's not. It's gonna be like, stop. Just play cards or something. You know.
Can I ask a question?
Play cards. Yeah.
It's chemistry too. It's like chemistry. The chemistry between those people is what makes it great or not great.
Which Fuego alluded to earlier when she said connectivity. They got to have a connection. Does communication play a part in this?
In sex?
Yeah.
It should.
As far as delivery, it should. I mean,
and it doesn't have to be verbal. I mean, it's a physical communication.
It could be. It could just point. Excuse me.
Yeah, point and shoot.
85% communication is nonverbal.
Oh my god! Okay.
You gotta know what the throbbing is saying.
Wow.
Exactly.
What do?
You know, I know what to do. Okay, yeah, that's the one.
Or when you hear that spaghetti sound.
That macaroni and cheese.
That macaroni and cheese.
Yeah. He was like, yep.
Okay. How about creativity? Where does creativity come in?
I think creativity comes in.
Tomatoes, ketchup.
You stupid. Stop it.
That's where the tomatoes come in.
Fresh fruit.
Creativity comes in.
Location.
Yeah.
There you go.
JP, go ahead.
I mean, it's just being spontaneous when it comes to creative. Being spontaneous.
Mm-hmm.
Well, knowing the partner and the person you with and what they like is part of that. Because I mean, if you're spontaneous and doing something they don't like knocking on the back door, and they don't like that, then that's, even though it's spontaneous, it's still not going to be good.
Well, that's why you give it a trial run.
Hopefully, you have the communication on that one before you even.
That's why you give it a
shoot your
trial
shot.
run. Just a
little tap,
just a little tease.
Trial run is
Ding dong.
Ding dong ditch.
I'm just saying, for some grown people, if you already down there, it's right there. You know what I'm saying? It ain't far.
Okay, yeah.
Who's that at the door?
You better be able to read the room on that one.
Oh my God!
Oh,
You better be careful. They ain't got a ring on that doorbell.
Oh man.
Hey, they got that little plug with the light though. So
you know what? This is what's gonna have to happen.
They got that little plug with the light.
Oh my God!
Like a disco in there for real, like Soul Train, just flashing lights, flashlight.
And with that being said, y'all, since y'all did mention all of these communication, etc., hygiene. How about hygiene?
Oh my God!
A must.
That's all part of this clinical breakdown. But I'm just saying.
But on that, if y'all saw Sinners, when old girl said,
"You stupid,"
no, stop.
That did not stop old boy.
Stop it. Stop it.
Hey.
That youngin' kept going.
Man. He did.
Yep. Y'all like Egyptian musk? If you talking to body oil, Desi B, yes, ma'am. Egyptian musk body oil smells great.
No, I think she's talking about that original smell that I believe in, natural soap smell.
No, not the no.
She talking about what you said earlier, that locker room smell.
Oh,
hey, look.
Onions.
Yeah, that's all bad.
I mean, look, so okay, to break it down, if your pH balance is right, male or female, because we both have pH, you can go to the gym, we're gonna call it the gym, and still get it on and not be rancid. But if your pH is off and you go to the gym and try to do it, then that's gonna be a problem.
He's right.
If I do it and it permeates above a 5.
Yeah. 5 and above is like, hey man, watch out.
If you hit the back of that throat, it's like,
bring it down. Bring it
down a little bit.
Oh my God. I love y'all. I do.
My God.
I love you guys. Anywho, that was just something that I did see on social media, man. I took interest to it because I believe, honestly, that a lot of times
you can fly.
Okay, Kelly, Kels.
It depends on if I'm on my motorcycle or not.
And speed bumps.
Oh, here we go. Gonna bring up old stuff, huh? Okay.
Hey, I'm sorry.
But I just believe as adults, no matter how young you are or how old you are, it's a learning curve for S3X. It's a learning curve for that. You learning about yourself, you're learning about who you with, and a lot of times we get caught in this window of fear. And I know some of us ain't afraid of nothing, but when you actually invest time into an individual or a soul to make them part of your life, or you be a part of their life, you come to understand the person better. You do your homework. You find out that the back door is not an option. That door is shut, or it's wide open. Come on in.
Bing bong.
You might find out that, hey, I don't really take baths or showers on the daily. I take them every other day, or Whatever the case may be, but a lot of times we just fast forward to get to one point versus the other instead of really trying to find out about who you're dealing with. Because once you open up that door for Pandora's box, it's hard to close that door depending on who you're dealing with. I'm just saying.
But that
You
also
okay, Kevin?
Have you ever done it and be laughing? You having conversation. That's when you, to me, somebody said connection. That's when you got the connection. When you, it's more than the sensual part of it.
It's
Right.
fun.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's fun.
collaborative
Thank you.
part.
That's the perfect word. It's fun.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you've seen this. This is on social media as well. I think it was Instagram. But there was a couple that got on the elevator. The guy has this camera in his hand, and the girl commences or proceeds to remove her inner garments or her undergarments from under her skirt. They're on the elevator. The elevator got the little, mirrored doors and everything, but the outside is kind of like the Bonaventure Hotel, all glass.
Windows. Yeah,
Everybody can
Right.
see in.
Everybody could see in, but it was
Right.
something about that moment that's like,
Spontaneous.
would you do that?
That's the beginning.
Could I do that? Would I be willing to do that? Could I be on top of the world like that, just like free as a bird?
That's just like doing. That's just like doing it on a balcony.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
I think it's the adrenaline that you get from the.
Yeah.
What if we get caught? And it's almost like yeah.
It's just like being in a parking garage. It's just like being in a parking garage and doing it on the hood of a car. I'm just saying, I ain't say that I've done it.
As your legal counsel,
say nothing else. See, like
out in the open, up on a mountain on the hood of a car.
Oh,
like we don't care.
Right.
If
you that heated up in the moment, like it's whatever. If
you at a different elevation, it's gonna change things anyway.
Yeah, yes, it is.
And that's where that connection comes. That's where that connection comes.
Mention finances. Is finances any way tied to say, like, do the coochie still get as wet for a broke person as it do a person with money? Or is that like because now y'all be honest, y'all watch the videos on social media and see it. It ain't, I'm just bringing it full circle. It's a lot of women that say stuff like a man got to pay for their time or their presence, and we know what that's about. Do it make a difference in the way that it feel on based on a financial situation?
No.
I'm gonna say yes. Here's why. It's the money for that particular person. That's the connection for them. What's here makes the difference. If you about the money, if that's what you see, that person got the money, that's what they're connecting to. That's what they're holding on to. They're not holding on to the physicality of the action, the activities. They looking at the end result.
They're not in it for the sex. I mean, with that being said, they there for the bag.
Right.
That's
it. They cannot be sleeping with that guy that has the bag and then go home and sleep with the broke dude. Because the broke dude is breaking them off, but they going to go see the dude who got the bag. Understand where I'm going with it?
Yeah, so it's a different. What you're saying is there's a difference between a Walmart plastic bag and an Hermes bag.
To that person, yeah.
Here's a great example. We all saw.
I've been broke and still got the cooch.
Yeah, I've been there, done that. It don't make a difference.
Broke, busted, and disgusted.
Exactly.
That was a group.
Still got it.
Hey, we all watched Set It Off. Broke, busted, and disgusted. That was a group.
Yeah, busted and disgusted.
Yeah.
Did
we all watch Set It Off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Luther, janitor.
That's all they got. Hey, you see what Tamara just said? The broke dude does what the best? Put that up there.
Broke dude.
Wait.
Man.
Well,
bam. I guess I just found out I've been broke all my life.
You know what? Maybe that's not all he got to offer. He just not tired because he ain't been working all day, so he got some more energy. He can do a little bit more. He got a little bit more oomph.
But
There
wait,
you go, Devin. There you go.
prime example. Shaq's ex-wife did what?
Divorced him, I guess. If that's his ex-wife.
She bought the Home Depot guy in a condo. She was sleeping with the guy from Home Depot.
What you trying to say about Home Depot?
I'm not
Allegedly.
trying to say anything.
Yeah, allegedly.
About the
Wait.
whole.
Mello, did you move and didn't tell nobody? Mello?
Without listen, no, without Mello. What I'm saying
Hello, Mello. Did you?
Mello
Yeah,
has left
yeah.
the building.
I think
Mello as your
Shawnee is
legal
calling
counsel.
me.
Don't say nothing.
Mello.
Don't
I
say
think
nothing.
Shawnee is calling me. Hold on, I gotta take this call.
Customer service. I am not mad. Should we do?
No,
That's
but
funny.
it's just people are there for different reasons.
It does not matter when you have that connection.
True.
Some women are about the money, but if you have that connection, it does not matter. Broke bum. I mean, look how many women have some bum ass baby daddies, or guys who just don't even. It doesn't matter. When it
Right.
comes
That's just like going on a Super Bowl cruise.
Right. We all like what we like. Period. What I like, you don't like. Mello, what's your favorite words? What you eat don't make me what?
Shit.
Shit. He used to say shit.
That part.
What?
Uh-oh.
What is
Who's
that?
What?
What you say, Mello?
Hello, Mello.
Testing.
Uh-oh,
1, 2,
something
3.
going wrong. Something going wrong with your MIC, bro. And Fuego and Lolo is on Spin World. Her phone is acting up again. Anywho, but yeah, what you eat don't make me make waste.
Defecate.
Put it like that. There you go. Number 2. It don't make me number 2. It don't make me number 2. Here we go. Latrice, you was on point. Here we go. Chemistry.
Now,
Chemistry is everything.
what was you about to say about Boys in the Hood?
Oh, set it off.
Set it off. Sorry.
Set it off. Nate, the old sweaty guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Nate
Nate was the sweaty guy with the money. And what happened?
She did
that
it.
was something different though.
She wasn't having
It should have been TT.
She wasn't having no pleasures with that. But guess what? She endured what she endured so she can get the bag.
Right? That was a business transaction. It wasn't like, you know what, I kind of like that because he got some money. No, she was like, man, I got to do something.
Come on, Tamara. She said, I'm in the bind, Nate. I'm in the bind.
Nathaniel wasn't bushing. He said, hey, man, I'm finna see if I can come over. He'd be like, yeah,
I'm in the bind, Nate.
He's like, if you need something, just call me. You know I got it.
I love y'all for that one. Shoot,
your brother in school, ain't it?
I'm in a bind, Nate. I need that.
But like Fuego said, it don't matter. He sound like Darth Vader.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that one.
It should have been because TT needed that money.
TT, I need that money.
Money.
Gonna make me watch Set It Off. Anywho, that was what I was thinking, man. He wasn't the attractive guy in most women's eye. He was the old sweaty, dude, the old man.
The old man with the money.
He had the money.
Right.
So Shooby do.
And that's how he got it. He didn't. You remember on the Four Brothers when he said, Victor Sweet said, you don't pay up, you pay her to leave. So he don't want to deal with none of the chemistry, the connection, the relationship. All he wanted was the end result, which was, the boinking. So he gonna throw the money out there and if he get it, he get it. That's all he want. He don't want to deal with the other stuff. So
you gotta use that cake batter.
Baby batter. Just a side question off of this. Who's more connected in this process? Are the women more connected?
Absolutely.
Or are the fellas more connected?
Women.
I think it's the women.
It's a two-way street, really.
It's a two-way street, but I think the women are more connected because
they have to let somebody inside of them. So I do think the woman is more connected, and also they're naturally more of an emotional side of the human species. So I feel like they would have more of a connection biologically.
Well, I don't know. It could go both ways because
Yeah.
women are just like dudes too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It just depends on the situation.
Yeah, it could
Really.
go both ways. Yeah, I think it goes both ways.
Okay.
Interesting. Did anybody say sex is about making love?
Oh, that was a
Did-
question I had.
Did you
Remember,
did you hear what Trey Songz said?
how do you make love? Because
Sex
love,
ain't better than love.
I didn't think they were. I didn't think they were in the same.
Are they different? Making love, having sex, are they different?
I think sex is the act, and making love is more the concept. You see what I mean? Like making love is like the physical manifestation of those emotions. Because you're not making love with somebody who you just met,
Right.
but it could be just that intense.
But
So
you can
think,
make
oh, they-
love without having sex.
exactly. So
You know?
it's like that's why I say it's like a concept. Like it's a culmination of not just the sex, but the sex and everything that goes with it within those people's connection, regardless if they are together in a relationship or not.
You seen the movie Sprung, right?
Yeah.
It's been a while though.
You
Yeah.
remember when he said,
Yeah,
"I make love not down here, but here." You can make love all kind of ways.
Sex is just hunching.
That was funny.
Oh, that's country. That's country.
Country.
Hey, I love it. I love it.
I love it too.
We do.
Hunching.
So, making love, having sex, making love, having sex, making love. Are you kissing?
Yeah.
Touching, hugging, and rubbing.
Yeah.
Having
love
sex. Are you
Having
kissing?
sex. Nah, you
You probably done got past that point. Maybe.
right.
Maybe.
Dang
You might have,
Dang it. So
Might
there's
already-
a distinct separation right there, because for most of us, and I'm not trying to speak for everybody, but if you kissing, it's way deeper than we just hunching.
We just hunching.
right.
Yeah.
When
If
you
you
kiss, you
kiss.
share air. You share
Right.
air when you kiss. So
Man.
it's like you sharing each other's spirit.
Kissing is intimate. Kissing takes you to a whole nother level mentally. And if you get to that point, yeah, this not no session of, wham bam, let me get on in here and get up on out of here. I just needed
So
to.
kissing. There's a release of chemicals to see if you're compatible. Like you're supposed to do that beforehand. There's a whole like scientific discussion behind just kissing. Because I'm sure y'all have kissed somebody and y'all don't have that chemistry is just not there. Like it's their pheromones, it's
Or
the
you
taste.
just can't kiss.
Right. She was a good
You swapping-
kisser,
You swapping
but her
bodily
breath was
fluids, though.
stinking.
It
We're
does-
moving quick.
No matter how you look at it, you still swapping bodily fluids with having sex, having and kissing. It's the same.
Got the same fluids. Not the same.
How it ain't the same? It ain't. It's still fluid.
Yeah, but if you kissing a girl, hey nano
Same
nano, and she doing the same.
Hey, nano.
I'm trying to get you how do you say it when you get paid? Because I think I'm trying not to cuss and stuff. So
Monetized.
yeah, monetized. So
Yeah.
Thank you, Mello. I appreciate you. Nano.
thought you was somebody else.
Nano.
but see, people say that, oh, I'm not gonna kiss, but then they'll do the other thing. Like I guess the
Right, that
prostitutes,
is
they don't
crazy.
generally kiss, but you'll do that.
Still kiss.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Kiss.
Still kissing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you the Prince song, but I ain't gonna kiss you. Well, that's a Prince song too. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
He got a lot of
Right.
songs. You got to watch Prince.
So many good songs.
He had you so
Right.
nasty. You be like, wait a minute, we was just on watching TV. We over here. Where's my sock?
Oh
Man,
my
try to
God.
beat
Sit
that
and
like
imagine
that
what
mother
silence looks like.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Shooby doo. Well, something to think about, you guys.
I just threw it out there.
I'm
I
definitely
ain't,
thinking
I ain't
about
trying
it.
to
I'm definitely
dibble
thinking about
dabble
it.
in your personal lives, but it's something to think about.
I'm gonna have
you
to
know,
do some
because
research. I'll get back to y'all next week.
All night.
right.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna leave it with this final question. Please don't answer it out loud. Just hear me. In your last episode, in your last episode,
Hold up.
after all said and done, did you cuddle? Don't answer the question. Just think about it. Did you cuddle? Bam. With that being said, we're gonna move on to the next topic of discussion, especially before Mello gets out of here, because I know he'll have something to speak on this one. It definitely concerned me a lot when I read the story. Um, I'm gonna post up the picture. We're gonna talk about it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, is right.
Oh
Ah,
man.
power to the people.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Cincinnati cops shoot his unarmed son in the back. So he said, an eye for an eye.
He went Old Testament.
Share your thoughts.
I just had this conversation with a young man who's he's trying to be a police officer uh here at Home Depot. And he's a black power, advocate, but he was like, well, I was for it until I found out that he hit I don't know, because I haven't heard the total story, because like you keep hearing so much. That's the good and the bad about social media.
Right.
But was this guy a crossing guard, the cop?
He was doing traffic.
He
He
was
was,
doing
Oh, he was
traffic
doing
control.
okay.
yeah,
He was
he
doing
was
traffic control.
on special duty. He was retired. He was on special duty.
Okay.
He was doing traffic for a graduation.
And then you hear that he went and viewed his son's dead body. I heard that there was reports that he was distraught, and then he left, and then he went and done this. So apparently, this wasn't the guy who obviously killed his son.
Right.
Um, That's where I was I was torn, because I'm gonna be honest, the eye for an eye, yeah, because I've said it like many other people said it. If that happened to my son, it's a cop, and they, especially if they get away with it, enough is enough already. And I know how I would react to that. But this is a guy who had no part in it. But the rage, you got to take the rage of what happened to his son, and then the rage of what's been happening to us, black and brown people. And you can see, there's a saying that black people are so forgiving, and we're asking for our 40 acres and a mill. But just imagine if we start asking for revenge, or demand, or getting revenge. And this is, I think, a case of that. So, I feel for him. I feel for the guy who did lose his life, because I don't know what kind of cop he was. Uh, but I'm just surprised more of this isn't happening.
Right.
I think it is, and it's probably just when stuff like that happens, they don't want to sensationalize it because they don't want people to get ideas and you start seeing it a whole lot. So they kind of try to, I think, in my opinion, that they kind of push a lot of it under the rug, because if they do that, then it's like, okay, this is an isolated event. This dude right here was crazy. He lost it, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to make an example out of him. I think that's what happens. And then they showed him walking in the courtroom with like, what, 40 or 50 other officers, but they wouldn't let his family come in. It's like
Right,
making
I
a
heard
statement
that
like,
too.
it's like, you know what? Our family gonna stick together, and we're not even gonna let your family stick with you. So you gonna die alone. No, I feel like they try to do that to make sure that nobody else goes out. Like just like with the runaway slaves, they didn't bring them back to the plantation. They let them go, because if they bring them back, it's like, well, if they got away by themselves, if they come back, they're gonna poison the minds of the rest of the slaves, and then all of them gonna be gone in the morning when we wake up.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Or they punish them
Or when they
severely
do bring them
Right.
back,
to
they
make an example, to make them scared.
yeah, the severity of getting caught was very harsh.
So with this, with this being the case, the theory eye for an eye, I'm pretty sure, like, we all believe in that eye for eye, or do we? Because if
As
you
your
get
legal
me
counsel.
right, you
I
get
do.
me, then hey, I'm supposed to just let you get away with it.
Nope.
You
But
know,
on the
I have.
flip side, sorry, on the
Go
flip side though, to Mello's point, here it is. Is it really an eye for an eye, or in the mind of the dad, it was the eye for an eye because what? It was a cop.
Right.
That's all he saw. It was a cop, but it wasn't the cop that did what he
Right.
did
Yeah,
to his son.
yeah.
That's
Yeah, it was the individual.
that fine point, that fine line right there.
And see, I thought it was the actual. See, I haven't been keeping up with that story. First, I've heard of it, but I hadn't really been. It's something like that going on in Memphis right now. Same type of situation, but they were all black cops. So I thought that it was the cop that actually killed his son. I didn't know it was a completely different. See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I didn't find
That's
that
my
out.
yeah.
Right,
I think I read somewhere they're not even in the same department.
right,
But
right. It was just one of those first one on site.
On
Kind of
site,
like
Yeah,
yeah,
on
on
site.
yeah,
Yeah.
on
site.
site. It's just I see the uniform. It's going down. That's it. That ain't the one that did it, but it's going down.
It's like
I'm
if it's a
taking
green
I'm
light, it's a
taking one
green
of
light.
yours.
Right.
Right.
It's tragic on both ends because both two individuals lost their life. Well, technically three, but un, until you lose a son or a daughter, you,
Right.
you don't you can't
Yeah.
put yourself in that position to say what you would or wouldn't do, or if you felt like an eye for an eye. Because I mean, I probably would agree with him. It don't matter who. Somebody got to go. At least it brings some light to the situation. Like my son's not just gonna go as another unheard life loss.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's why I say it's the psychological effect too. It didn't matter because this is happy. My son is now they got my son. That's I can just imagine the thought process behind it. But
right.
Right.
like I said, you feel for the officer's family too. I just hope and pray he was a decent officer because
Right.
Right.
everybody ain't
Right.
like that. And even the officers, I know some of them. I know they grimy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Somebody
But
dirty,
I,
dirty.
I believe in the eye for an eye because you know what I'm saying. I got a son. If that was to happen, hey, somebody got to go.
Yeah.
So
I can I
go
can
ahead.
say I do not. I want to say that it's easy to say what you would or wouldn't do. I already know how devastated I would be, but I can say this. I have a very good friend. His name is B. Alexander McCargo. He is an artist. I used to be his manager. In 2017, his son and two of his friends in Philly walked up to a door, knocked on the door, wrong door. Guy inside high as hell shot his son in the chest and he died. B. Alexander McCargo goes around the world singing for Jesus. B. Alexander McCargo had a real strong talk with God about, I do all this for the kingdom, and this happens to my son, my only son. And his testimony, which you could probably find it somewhere online, is about how he had to forgive that man that killed his son. And only because of him and people like him do I say that I have to stand with my faith on that. Not saying it's an easy thing, been through with it, him with it almost every step. But I know too many people like him to say, I believe in an eye for an eye. And I'm not judging anyone else. I'm just saying where I stand with it. And I know that it's a hard pill to swallow for anyone, loved one, you know. I mean, I cry over an animal, so you can imagine a human. But that's just my stand on that because of my faith.
Right.
And when I hear that, I give it to people who can feel that way. But how
It
can I
takes a lot of
say?
strength.
It's easy.
It
Yeah,
takes a
I never
yeah,
lot of
it takes a lot of strength. And
I
then I
never
put it
said
this way: if I was with me and Lolo is out, and just somebody just beat the shit out of her. So to me, I'm just supposed to, based on that belief system, I'm supposed to just sit there and watch them beat the shit out of them, and then afterwards say, "I forgive you for doing that to Lolo."
No, there's a difference
Just
between defending yourself and stalking
okay,
someone who did you
okay.
wrong and getting
Now
revenge.
hear me,
You're
hear me
allowed to
out.
defend yourself. Who am I talking to?
Me,
Mello?
Mellow.
yeah.
Okay.
So at this point, he's defending the life, or now the lost life, of his son.
And that
Now
that is
that,
how a lot of people look at it, and I'm not going to
yeah,
disagree with their take.
but
I'm just saying what mine is.
no, that's what I'm saying. But I'm just explaining the problem I have with that thought process. That is yours, and I gave you props, and anybody else who can do that. But that's the way I look at it. When I hear that, it's just this may sound harsh. It's just an excuse to take it. And how I am, we've taken it too long.
I
True.
hear
And
you.
that's why I say I'm going to defend you. I'm going to defend Onyx. I'm going to defend anybody that's I ride with. We both going to die. And that's just how I can live to die like that,
I hear
knowing
you.
that I defended you and anybody else, or even your legacy, what you left behind over some piece of crap
Beady
that you
beady
lost.
beady beady.
You
You
going
breaking up.
underwater, Mello. You
You're
underwater.
breaking up, beady beady.
Buck
Please,
Rogers
Much
in the 25th
Buck
century.
Rogers. So
Breaking up.
let me add to that. And as always, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I for an eye. Cops killed a kid, a young man. We're no strangers to, at least the way it used to be, gang activity. Eye for an eye or no?
All right, for
Are
a night.
we going to get those cats? Or are we letting it be?
Chitty chitty.
Chitty chitty bang bang.
Yeah, it's easy to say that, and do that. I mean, I know people who do that. I got family members
We
that.
all do. We all
But
do.
the thing about it is, like in this man's case, he got the wrong guy. Now you're perpetrating this very same thing that you were getting revenge on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not.
Mhm.
I, I
It's
feel
just
what you're saying, Lolo, because
Well,
I
well,
think, see, I thought it
and
was the guy that shot it, so I would have been like,
so
hey, if he
at
killed
least
my son, where is he at? Forget
Right.
about
Right.
him. I mean, forget about his family. Forget about people he works with, his friends. Where he at?
Yeah.
I want him. But that's
Mhm.
not the mentality of
you just
a
saw a
majority of the
uniform.
world. Now, yeah, he just
but see, we
Right.
don't
nah.
we
I
don't
don't
know
want
the
y'all. I ain't
mindset.
looking for him.
We don't know the mindset of the actual officer that did shoot him, because it could have been he shot him just because he was black, and in that case, it makes it black versus blue.
True.
Right.
You see what I mean? So it don't matter which, it depending on how you look at it and how you shine the light on it. It could have. He was like, hey, he took one of ours. I take one of theirs. It's
Yeah.
just
Well, and that was a grouping, if you will. In the gang world, is what? They got one of our homies.
yeah.
It didn't matter which homie you went and got from the other side. You just went and got the other side. Like,
Right.
hey, they
True.
got one,
Or
we
any
got two.
innocent bystanders.
Never
I mean,
stop
it's
again.
come
Correct.
to that. It's
Correct.
street justice is any justice like that. When you take things into your own hands, you take the chance of people that you really didn't want to get caught up in it, got caught up in it. Getting the right person that you call the right person to, as well as, collateral damage for further retaliation back and forth and back and
Right.
forth. And that's where
Right.
black and brown people are right now. We so busy killing off each other. Even in this situation with this man's child, if we were more if we were more as one, if we were more as a one people, one mind, as we should be, the strength that we have is would be unmatchable to any of the stuff these cops are doing. They would be scared to do some of the stuff they do because of our strength, but we don't use it. We don't use it that way. We're divisive against each other. We kill each other more than even the cops.
But why is that?
Allegedly, that's what the media puts out there. Because
I
we don't control the media. That's the
say what
narrative.
you want, but the value of life these days is.
Oh, I can agree with that. It's not what it used to be. It's not what it used to be.
Human life just doesn't mean anything to too many people. That's my take, of course, only mine. But that's why we're here, to put out our different
Well,
perspectives.
I agree with part of what you're saying. I agree. We're just splitting hairs, like you say. It depends on what your point of view is, which light you're reading the story under. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
it is a war, and unfortunately, that's a casualty of war. He was an innocent, from our point of view, an innocent bystander that just happened to be a casualty of war. And we don't want to look at it like that, but it's definitely a war. It's not televised as it should be, but it's definitely a what do you call a conflict?
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it goes back to all this could have been avoided. Why are we shooting people over a stolen car? To me, it's just not that serious. You know what I mean? It's a stolen car. They running away. Okay. Like it's a stolen car. They didn't.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, they didn't shoot anybody. They didn't kill anybody. Like, why are we pulling guns and shooting people for a fucking stolen car? A lost life over a stolen car.
Right.
So here's where I'm at with this. Now, this is where I have to say I have a problem with it. I have a problem with it because if someone breaks into my home and they have attacked my entire family, including myself, they're still in my home, but they turn their back to me and I shoot them in the back, I'm finna go up the road. The reason why is because they're gonna say there was no longer a threat.
There was no
But
threat.
this is what happens when law enforcement does that. You shoot somebody in the back, oh well, you got a badge. So you get to do things that civilians can't do, but everybody bleeds the same. Everybody is the same on the inside. So it doesn't matter what kind of uniform that you wear because you weren't born with it and you're not gonna die with it. So with that being said, why is it okay for a police officer, law enforcement, to shoot somebody armed or not in the back? Because if they have their back turned to them, then by law they're not considered to have they're not a threat.
Right.
So why does the average Joe Blow, the average person, go to prison for defending themselves or their family in their house? Oh, well, he had his back turned, so he no longer was a threat. Well, he just did this, that, the third to my whole family. He tied us up and did this, that, the third, robbed us, and then when he tried to run and get away, now all of a sudden I'm the bad guy, and now I'm on trial. And he's still alive. He's not even dead. He's still alive. But then a cop does, oh, hey, stop. You shoot him in the back, you kill him. Well, he shouldn't have ran. Now we victim blame. Now, well, he shouldn't have ran. He should have just complied. Same thing they said about Rodney King. Why didn't he just comply? It's kind of hard to comply when you got people's feet on your face for 14 minutes. That's a long time to get beat up. If you ever been to a fight, 60 seconds is a long time to be in some combat.
Yes, sir.
Long time.
That's a long time. So
long time.
You take that, multiply it times 3, you got 4 people stomping on you, punching you, hitting you with objects for that long. 52 blows is a lot if you're not even responding. Well, he should have just no. So there's a line that needs to be drawn on who can do what.
It's like you said, to piggyback off of what you just said, Devin. I was watching something on social media. What do you call them? The parking safety, the meter maid, whatever you call them.
Whoa.
They're not meter maids. Watch your mouth.
Whoa.
Watch your mouth.
Wait,
Wait.
I just had to get a rise out of y'all. Listen. So
watch your mouth.
Parking enforcement, right? It was a lady doing parking enforcement, and she gave a police car a ticket because he was illegally parked and he didn't have his lights on. Right? Hold on.
What city was that in? But
hold on.
Exempt plates.
Didn't have exempt plates on it or not. It didn't have nothing on it. It was an unmarked car.
Oh, it was undercover.
Right, undercover car. So the guy walked up in his uniform saying, "Hey, I'm a police. I was here doing." She was like, "Well, your lights were not turned on to indicate that you were a police officer." He was like, "Well, I'm clearly here to show you that I'm a police officer." So it goes on and on. She gives the car a ticket. Later that day, he comes up to her and tells her that he got a call that she was impersonating a parking enforcement, and takes her the device that prints the tickets and throws it on the grounds and smashes it, and puts her in the car and arrests
Incredible
her.
this sounds.
Huh? Puts
Let me
her in the
tell you,
car.
it don't make no kind of sense.
Hey, I'm just
Happens
telling you
every
what I
day.
saw. They was just showing how the difference of police enforcement and
Anybody
cops,
else?
right, are different. He felt like he
So
had the more authority
You
than
know why
she
this
did.
is funny to me? Yesterday, 2 undercovers came into my station that had got tickets downtown. And one thing about an undercover, it don't have lights. Undercover.
No, they got lights.
And not all of them. And back in the day, not all of them. Back in the
They got
day,
lights inside, not on the top, but inside they got them.
right? That's
On
what I'm
the
saying.
inside,
On the
dark
inside,
tinted
not
windows.
you know. And
Right,
if you're
not on
you're
top.
covered, you're not gonna be having your lights on. But it was just funny what you said. And there's so many. I'm not even gonna go
let,
down that
let
because
me
I
But
just
you
let
know
me
what?
say
If
let me
they
say this
undercover, they need to stay
so we
undercover. Get
so
your
we
ticket
don't
paid.
lose track of the big
yeah,
picture
they
here.
think they're above and they think that things don't apply to them. Some of them, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Um they take advantage of their badge. They take advantage of their power they think they have because they carry a gun, and they don't use their brains at all. They're walking around all the time. I agree with that. Um, I'm not gonna argue that. I've had
Let me
encounters myself.
allow me to say this, and I've been on both sides of the fence. I've been pulled over by the police multiple times as a young man with my brother, Mello, as a little boy with my uncle, right? PD, sheriffs, it don't matter. But in this here situation, in comparison, the eye for an eye, the officers did what they did. What's the possibilities of them having like this? I'm gonna call it tunnel vision,
Hmm.
right? Once you get into this zone, they are taught to do certain things to de-escalate, de-escalate the situation. But that don't mean that you always gonna do what you were trained to do. Your natural inclinations will kick in sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Just like this father, I, I don't know too much about Cincinnati, but I'm sure Cincinnati got his rough parts and it's got his not so rough parts.
It's it's going on.
As
It's
as
going on in
as
Cincinnati.
males, especially of color, we already know that we got strike one and strike two against us. Period. I ain't making light of how the dad educated his son, but there are certain things that you don't do and certain things that you do. Do you run? Mm. Do
Felony.
you stay? It's a double-edged sword, right? Those officers did what they did. But now we have to understand, why did they do what they did? Just like Devin used the example. You come in my house, oop, he's no longer a threat. He's going away. I have to click in my head that put it down, don't shoot him because he's running away.
No.
There's been plenty of movies that show that same situation. The dude done robbed this guy's house blind. And that one step running out the door, bah, oh, and the guy dies. But the quote unquote victim, who is now the
In
perp,
jail.
is in jail.
The homeowner. Yeah.
Homeowner,
for,
yeah.
for life. He done lost his family, his house, everything because he was defending what was his.
That could have
So
been
in
the
this
dad on
case,
Boys in the Hood.
correct. In this case,
Literally
I'm
furious.
not making excuses for either side. I get the mindset of the dad, but even that could be a little bit to the left. Why? Because he only saw what he saw. He didn't think about, well, that's not the guy that did that to my kid. That's not
Right.
him.
It
So
was a
why am I
reaction.
going to make him exactly? Why am I
It
gonna
was a
make him
reaction.
suffer?
Yeah,
Why
it
am
was
I
a
gonna
reaction.
make his family suffer? But we don't always think in advance. We go boom, snap, pow, you know, and now he has to pay the price for what he did. He can hold his head up as high as he wants to,
Right.
but that's not going to bring that guy back. That's not going to bring his son back.
Yeah.
And they always say, don't take the law in your own hand. But that's what he did.
But can I add something to that, Orlando?
Sure.
And
You don't have to
you're
ask
right.
me.
You are right about that. You know, you're not supposed to take the law into your own hands. But what have
Right.
we been conditioned to do all of our lives, even from childhood? You got Superman, you got Batman, you got the X-Men, you got all of these things and these are the good guys, the Ninja Turtles. All these people were, by definition, vigilantes.
Vigilante.
I know I'm talking about stuff that's like, you know, cartoons and children stuff, but if you think about it, it's mind programming. So if all
Right.
we've seen is the good guys taking out the bad guys when the police can't do it, and then we end up in a situation like that in real life, we've been conditioned our whole lives to get some get back, protect our family, protect our friends. Because I went to the police and I put in a report and the guys still coming around, they still doing it. I'm gonna do it myself. And now we're the
Mhm.
bad guy. What did he say on Batman? He said, either you die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Mhm. Facts.
I was listening to talk radio today. I listened to it a lot, and they were talking about in California, they're trying to change the laws for protecting your home, like the young lady or the person was talking about. I think in Wisconsin, where now if someone breaks into your home, they're expecting you to run away.
What?
From your home.
Okay.
What?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
You
see
know,
that
somebody
CCW
go run.
What
and
happened
all.
to the
Oh yeah,
Second
because
Amendment, right?
There's some
you guys
states
can't
that have
have
that
guns there.
law that
Keeping bearing
that have
arms shall not be
that
infringed upon.
that
Right.
if you're CCW and all that you're supposed to not
Run
even a
away.
CCW, you're in your house. It don't have, you have your weapon. It's legal.
You have a right to bear arms.
You have a
right.
right to bear them, but don't shoot them. You better run because they're trying to change the law.
I'm
And
gonna
and
run
I
and go get
forgot
them.
the states that they said this already applies in. Sounds like Wisconsin is one of them. That's what that lady was talking about. And I'm like, that's my mind just don't what.
That's well, and we ain't gonna get
We
into
gotta
the
wake up though.
conversation
They
of
trying to
of
pass these laws and
of gun control, but that's where, like you said, we gotta wake up. People in general gotta wake up because these
yeah.
laws keep changing. And who's changing the laws?
Not us.
It ain't us that's changing the laws,
But
It's
right?
we
your
but
business.
We live in this great state of California, and guess what? We don't have the rights and the privileges that many of y'all have in these other states. We
It's
can't walk
bad.
around with nothing on our hip other than maybe a pocket knife.
Can you own
If
though?
you
You
can,
can own?
nope,
Yeah,
you
you can
can't carry.
you
You
can
can
you can
own.
own, but you can't
You
carry
can't
it.
carry.
Well, you gotta
Open
get
carry.
a
CCW.
CCW in
No.
every county, in the state of California to carry in California.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
guess
y'all
what?
got restrictions after
And
yes.
even if you get the CCW, there's still limitations that you got to live by
Yeah.
with
No
the
more than 10
CCW.
No
rounds.
more than a 10-round mag.
Come
Matter of
on,
fact,
man.
you know what you should do? Move to Texas, baby. We don't got all these.
Arizona. You ain't gotta go all the way to Texas.
Oh,
You can go right to Arizona.
and
Yeah.
Nevada, yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
yeah,
absolutely.
sure you do.
Tennessee, because
Where
Excuse
them
me.
boy,
fans at,
That-
Fuego? They say, where them fans
That's why you
at?
go to the state of.
It's hot in here.
If y'all haven't realized, California is its own country. I don't know how it's still considered part of the United States of America. California is its own country. They do their own thing.
California do its
Okay,
own
Trump.
thing. But guess what?
They do. Whoa. Why Trump? But that's true. California, y'all about to get taxed for driving your cars if it ain't electric. They trying to put that in.
oh yeah, they
Y'all gas is $95 for a half a gallon. A carton of eggs is $32. Rent is $8,000 for a 1-bedroom. I mean, I'm just saying.
Come on, doctor. Keep coming. Come on.
He put a lot of extra on it, but I get where
Yeah,
I
he
see
did
where
real
you going.
extreme.
Hey,
Real
true story. So I went to the apartment that I was raised in, where we stayed across the street from the beach in Oceanside, California. You walk down one set of stairs and at the beach, $800 a month. I went to that same little bitty apartment because it was just my mom, me, and my brother. Right, is $4,500 for the same apartment.
At least it's in San Diego.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice, but still, I'm just saying, like, California used to be the dream place to live, and I'm not knocking it. I love the weather is unmatched. The scenery going up and down the coast.
That's why everybody leaving California. They going to these states that they can carry whatever they want to
All
carry
my
and have.
cousins are living in Houston. Almost
Folks
all
got
my little
folks outside of
nieces and
California
nephews,
got
they done moved to-
arsenals. You know what I mean? They got arsenals. If
I
you
show
watch
my
some of
arsenals
these no, don't do that.
Oh,
in
because I
some
go
of
right
these
to the bed. I got
survival type movies, you know, where if something happens, you know, if a nuclear whatever fallout happens and you on survive mode, state of California, yeah, some people gonna make it and some ain't because they ain't got
even build
nothing.
a bunker. You can't even build a bunker. What city gonna give you a permit to build a bunker?
You don't
unless you stay in
Not
Bakersfield or
private
Yolo
contractors.
County. You got to be somewhere out there in LA. Where you going?
Why you need a permit? Why you need a permit?
Your neighbor,
private contractors.
Where are you gonna put a bunker?
Right.
You know, it's
I got people.
No shade to Cali. Look, I got a lot of love for Cali, but that's a place for me to visit.
I watch movies like that. What is it? Last of Us. I've been watching that series. Right. If you ain't watched it,
yeah,
I
heard about it though.
I like it. It just gives you something to think about. And this wasn't nuclear radiation, but there was some kind of biological fungus or whatever that basically took over people. Right.
Oh, damn.
Like over 21.
Sound like
it.
Okay.
Yeah. But it made the world have to, or the mankind had to start all over again. People had to fight with each other to fight the bad guys. You know, we got to come together to fight the bad guys. And the bad guys was the people that was infected.
Yeah.
And they was aggressive with the infection. Like you get nick bit anything, you turn into one of them zombie type movies.
Yeah.
But what if that really did happen? What if half of us won't even come together on simple stuff?
Happened.
It's been happening.
Where was y'all at in 2019?
But he talking about the unity.
You couldn't cough or sneeze. You couldn't.
COVID. I mean, oops.
Everybody looking at you like, get him, get her.
I'm just saying, like, well, with Walmart, first of all, they was only letting you in a few people at a time.
Right?
Oh yeah, you was out of there.
That part. Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. It's something to think about. You know, again, for the families, both sides. You know, my prayers and condolences to both, even for my guy that's facing the charges. You know, his life has changed forever. And I don't know if he'll be able to recover out of that. It would be nice to think that he would, but unfortunately, the way society is built and moving right now, that's not looking too good. And you know,
that was a suicide mission. Actually, that was literally a suicide mission.
Yeah, kamikaze.
And I hate to say it, but that was it. That was what it was. And I think he probably knew that. Was like, you know, I don't care anymore. You know, when you have that mentality of I ain't got nothing else to lose because you took this thing from me, you took my son, you took that from me. It's like you don't care about nothing else that happens to you because you gonna make your voice heard one way or the other, and that's the sad truth about it.
Right.
Well, I feel like as long as we have imperfect people in what's supposed to be a perfect, flawless system, we're gonna have these types of situations happen. I just feel like just have love for yourself and humanity, and just try to be a better person, you know. And so it's got to start somewhere in order for things like this to change and not happen. Because the boy shouldn't have lost his life, like she said, over a car that can be replaced, that's insured, that's whatever. And then the guy shouldn't have lost his life just because he was an officer trying to protect and serve. Well,
Correct.
So,
I'll say this. We don't know how we will react in any of these situations,
No.
but I will offer this. Count to 5, maybe count to 10
24
before you
hours.
make
I only got a third grade education, boy. 5 is asking a lot, man.
Hey, before you make that move, you know what I mean? And I know sometimes you don't think, you just do. But sometimes you have to force yourself to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I gotta look at Doughboy. I gotta look at Lolo. I gotta look at Dev. I gotta look at Fuego. I'm looking at my kids, not y'all, but things that's gonna make you think before you move.
Bring it back to yourself.
Take the moment for that.
I tell you what, I spent 31 days in Dauphin County, a prison, for an accidental discharge of a firearm. Right, changed my life. There is so much that's happened since then that gets no reaction from me, because that I don't want to experience that again. Now, if I had to, it's different, but it's a lot that I will let roll off my back now that I wouldn't let roll off then. So I don't even got to count to 5. All I got to do is think Pennsylvania. I don't, that's enough for me.
Right.
I did about 20 hours in the county jail one time.
And the food is terrible. The food is always terrible.
Look, okay, my little inmates.
And
that helps me out. I'm like, hey man, I like seasoning on my food.
Don't eat the food.
That's why we have legal counsel.
Right. As your legal counsel.
Don't do it. Just don't do it.
Well, look, y'all, I'm not going to take too much of our time. It is Mother's Day this Sunday, y'all. This Sunday is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to you mamas on the panel. Happy Mother's Day to the audience, to the neighborhood.
Yes.
If you are looking for something to do with your mama, for your mama, or as a mama, I got a little something for y'all that y'all could get into. It is Friday night. I know some of y'all, it is Friday, right, JP?
Yeah, it's Friday night.
Yeah. Friday night, y'all. I know y'all was asking True, hey True, about this at our party. Where them fans at classes?
We will be there.
If you're looking for a little 2-step class or a fan get it in class, 1061 East Artesia Boulevard, Long Beach, California. There is a small fee of $15 that's being asked if you could support the cause. Excuse me, if you want to learn how to do them where them fans at and pop your hip or your leg or thigh or bam, bam, bam. If you got the tassels on your boots, come on down. See True Desire, who is here tonight on the chat. Hit her up and get the specifics to what I just shared with you. I'm going to leave this up here so you can look at it later tonight.
It's only 2 hours from 7 to 9.
Thank you.
And there will be
look at all of that.
Involved.
Treats. There's treats.
There's treats. Hey, also there's a QR code for the $15 too.
Yeah.
I don't know if I got all of that.
You know it don't. Yeah.
But,
if you don't,
but yeah, feel free to post that up, man. Post that up, please. Feel free to post it. Tag me in on it. I don't have a problem with that. True. Congratulations to you. I see you doing big things out here, man. Thank you for opening up your heart and helping others learn how to do that dance, because everybody want to learn how to do it. I tell you, I mean, from the fellas to the ladies, they is where them fans at. So
I bet not see a guy with a fan in his hand.
You might want to talk to Big Shaq, baby.
Oh my God! Oh,
it's got to be stopped. It's got to be stopped.
Shaq,
oh no.
Anywho, y'all, any final words from the grown folk now?
Learn yourself, love yourself, and I guess try to love others as well.
Right. I take that.
I agree with you, Doughboy.
It's a cold world, so if you feel like it's a cold world, go stand in the corner. It's 90 degrees.
It's a G thing.
Baby.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, y'all. Happy Mother's Day. With that being said, This was episode number 11. We have 3 more to go before this season is over. If anyone, ladies, and ladies, if any of you ladies out there in TV land are interested in becoming a part of this here panel for the last few episodes of the season, please hit me up, shoot me an inbox. If you got my number, hit me up via text. Let me know. I definitely am looking to add new bodies and souls to what we got going on here. Jessica Otterbein. I hope I said that right. Jessica Otterbein. Hey, Onyx. My first time here. Well, welcome. Welcome to the neighborhood. Nice to see you and your panel. Peace. We appreciate you for being here. Hope to see you next week. Same time, same channel. It's your boy Onyx. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you.
No.
You
Keep your
guys
clothes on.
need to-
Oh, Jessica. Got you, Jessica. Got you, Scarlet Lady. See, you said the right word. I love Jessica. And she a Raider fan, but you
I
know,
know who Jessica
we ain't
is.
gonna hold that against her. Jessica, good evening to you, man. Thank you for being here.
Yes.
Yes, I know you. From the desert to the sea and to all the cities in between.
Hi,
Good
babe.
evening.
Good night.
Bye bye.
Oh my God, Shooby Doo. Uh-oh, I hit the wrong button. There it go.